Got the Kansas City Royals. We got Slugger here. We got the Oriole Bird. O's, Royals. Zach, have fun. Bam, bam. We just got to show off the mascots. I got them when I was a kid. Why not use them when we talk about the series? Oriole fans remember just about 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago, the Royals were in town playing the Baltimore Orioles. And people thought that Kansas City, young team, but the Orioles should be able to overmatch them. That's not the case at all, because the Kansas City Royals are actually one of these emerging teams in a wide open AL Central, and it's actually led by the pitching performance of a guy over here, and that is Cole Ragans. Corbin Burns, they're going to face off in the series coming up. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in the future. But to give you context of what's happened so far in baseball with these teams, and here it is. We talked about the pitching. This is the reason why Kansas City is off to a great start. Kansas City only trails Boston in team ERA with a 2.79. And if you look down there, the Orioles sit at 8, still one of the top teams in baseball when it comes to team ERA. But Kansas City, if you're going to win a lot of games when you're able to allow 3 runs or less, and so far so good for the Royals. And as we keep moving on, and the conversation is going to be around here, specifically, I wanted to highlight Cole Ragans, okay? So you're going to look here, and I'm going to move out the way. All right, so if we can see this real quickly. Here's the ERA for Cole Ragans. Actually, it's going by start. First start, second start, third start. His last start against the Mets. He has a 1.93 ERA on the season, including last game he went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 walk, 8 punchies. 8 punchies means he's striking out a lot of guys. He's a power pitcher. He came over in the trade with Aroldis Chapman, which the Rangers won the World Series, but they gave up a guy that honestly is emerging as being one of the best in all of baseball, not just the American League. We'll roll it for a second. Let's understand a little bit more about what's going on with Cole Ragans, shall we? Okay, if we're looking at what's happening here, Cole Ragans, he's got a few pitches here. Changeup, cutter, four-seam, knuckle curve, but it's really a curveball. I don't know why they reference it so much as a knuckle curve. Slider, and if you look at the miles per hour, obviously his fastball sits at 96. He's got a slider to 86. The cutters anywhere I've seen going up to 94, but it sits just below 93. Obviously, predominantly, he likes to throw that fastball more than anything, and his fastball sets up his changeup, right? That's how Cole Ragans works in general, and he can affect you in so many different ways. I'm going to show you how he uses those pitches, and this is why it's going to be a really good outing. If you guys remember him facing Baltimore, the Orioles really, really struggled against him, and there's a right reason of why they did. So, roll it. Here's an example here. Cole Ragans is facing Alvarez. This is an example of how elite his fastball is. It's a 1-2 count. He's going to climb the ladder. We talk about being able to use a fastball to your advantage. We talked about Grayson Rodriguez in the past. Well, Ragans throws upwards to 100, usually can be anywhere from that 94 to 99 range. But yeah, he can pump close to 100 in here, and he's going to elevate a fastball with 2 strikes. And this is textbook if you're trying to teach the younger generations of how to throw a high fastball. Again, heat, same thing. Jose Abreu, 2-2 count. He's going to climb the ladder. Abreu can't catch up to it because it is absolute fuzz. That one might be the best one so far. Now he's thrown a couple fastballs. Hey, you're throwing a high fastball, changes your eye level. So, and I got my bat out, by the way. Shout out having my bat for it. This is a log, by the way. But for a hitter, essentially, if you change your eye level for the hitter, and they're thinking up here now. Now imagine when you throw that changeup, and now you're going to feel like you're going to be out in front because you're expecting that fastball to stay up. So for Alex Bregman right here, Bregman's thinking, okay, I got to defend. He's got that electric fastball, but Cole Ragans is going to drop off a changeup that just falls off the table, and Bregman's going to swing right over it and a ball way in the dirt because he's expecting that heater. So here's the example. Rolling. See ya. Again, because the deception of it just falling off. Fastball sets up the changeup. Should we keep moving with what else he can do? Well, we'd love to. This is that cutter that he has, and we've seen how dominant Corbin Bird's cutter is. Cole Ragans was giving Orioles hitters fits with his cutter, and in this case, he had earlier in the game of the ball cutting way more in to the right-handed hitter. And just like with Corbin Burns, you don't know sometimes that ball is going to keep cutting across the plate, going all the way there, or it's going to stop. Jordan Westburg earlier had pitches running in on his fists and his hands, and Cole Ragans has one that almost backs up. Jordan Westburg overswings it and misjudges. It's a really good 2-strike pitch, And it is actually a freezing game, by the way. I'd hate to hit in this weather with Cole Ragans pitching. But that's the example right there. Now, here's some other examples of his other pitches. This is going to be his slider here that he's able to throw, and it's going to, again, get the hitters off balance. Farmer, 2-2 count. I mean, that's a perfectly executed pitch. 87, and it's coming right across the bottom of the plate where you think it's starting out as a strike on the lower part of the plate, and whammy, it's right below. Perfect pitch. You're out. As Kenny Powers would say, you're effing out. Another example now, this is more of the curveball in this circumstance, okay? So same type of thought here, but a little bit more off of it, okay? 87 mile an hour is a slider, curveball is 82, and so it's going to have a little bit more height, so you think it's going to be up, and the hitter's like, yep, I got this. I'm seeing it well. I'm seeing it well. Well, let me tell you what. You're not seeing it well. Look how much that dropped off. I'm going to roll that back because that was just naughty in my opinion. I'm a sucker for this. Look at this, right there. Starts off as a strike, ends as a ball. It's great. Same thing with Pete Alonso right here. Alonso's looking, 3-2 pitch. That curveball throws the timing off. You got to swing at it. But this is the arsenal that Cole Ragans has. He has multiple pitches that he can get people out, and he's going to give the Orioles fits again. And Corbin Burnes against Cole Ragans, arguably, if you're a baseball fan, this is the matchup you love. And I know that people love offense. I am a fan of these pitching matchups because I know how hard it is to hit these guys. And then also you have two in the best in the business going off. It's just what baseball fans, if you truly love baseball, it's these types of matches that you love.